Hey guys, what is up? And Shadowlance back for another video. Today I just want to talk about, well, actually first I'm going to give you guys an introduction. If you guys remember I did that human potential video I think it was about a week ago or something. It actually got really good reviews. I did that video not really expecting it to be super popular, and it really surprised me actually. You guys seem to like that. I got a lot of PMs saying that it was a successful video, and that you guys wanted to see more of it, so I figured I would go ahead and do some more. I have 5 more videos like it lined up, and it's kind of meant to be in chronological order because some of them draw off the next ones and so on, but it's not meant to be a series, and it's not something I'm going to continue a whole lot. I'm going to keep doing commentaries, of course, but this particular series I wanted to do, and just as you guys know, I said it in my last video, but it was sparked by the idea that Vonnegut put into my head when I was reading Slaughterhouse 5. I ended up writing an essay on it a little while ago, and I thought I might as well go ahead and do this series then, because we're kind of finished with it. So, anyway, so today I want to talk about time as a dimension, and the fact that time isn't really real, but the concept of time in math is real. And here's why. Humans created the concept of time as a way to measure the change on a non-spatial dimensional scale. Now I know that's a lot of big words, but think about time like this. It's the concept of space to change. It can change size, shape, color, that kind of stuff. But that's only changing things without movement. But the second you put movement into it, it's partially a concept of time and space to change direction or location. So if you think about displacement, displacement means change in where you are or change in your alignment or something. And when it's placed over a ratio of time, like as a ratio, a fraction, it's called speed. It's some distance that you change, something that changes on a spatial scale per an amount of time. That's what it means. And that means there has to be a velocity to change position or orientation. You have to have a velocity. That's what the technical word for it is, velocity. And that, to have a velocity, you have to have a change in position. There has to be movement to have a velocity. And then speed denotates movement. If you have speed, that's what it means. It means to move. And now a speed over a time, so if, let's say meters per second, you're moving X number of meters per second. That's a speed. Now, if you put that speed over time again, that's called an acceleration. That means you're changing your speed per some amount of time. Your speed is changing this much per second. And then if you put acceleration over time again, so acceleration would be some kind of distance, meters per time squared, because you're multiplying time times itself on the bottom side of the fraction. So you're looking at some distance over acceleration. You're changing this amount of distance per this amount of time squared. So if you put acceleration over time and make time cubed, it denotates a change of acceleration. So all time means is a change. Time is another word for change. It's just what we humans came up with calling it. Time is just a change in spatial planar dimension. Time, if you think about it, even if you think about it this way, because of the holy wars throughout the past, I don't know, 2,000 years, 2000 BC, we screwed up time then, so theoretically we could be either in year 2200 or 1800, and we wouldn't know the difference. It's about a 200-year difference of time that could have possibly been lost. Could have been more or less, but the whole point is time is a conceptual change, and from the theory point of view, there's a beginning and end to time. But the only reason we call it a beginning to time is because that's when time could be measured. Before that, time couldn't be measured. Before the Big Bang, time couldn't be measured, so there was no reason for time. There was no purpose. And that's the whole thing of time as a dimension. It's literally just change. It doesn't have anything else to do with anything. But it's a specific kind of change. It's a change of movement. That's all it is. So when you say that it's a spatial thing entirely to move from one place to another, that's not entirely true. You can't have that kind of movement without a concept of time, although time itself isn't real. Time doesn't really exist. It's not a dimension. People say, oh, time is the 4th dimension. That's bullshit. Time is not a dimension. Time is something humans came up with to measure change. That's all it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little commentary. I know it was really freaking mathy, and honestly, I hate math a lot. I like programming, but I hate math. So I apologize if I bored some of you guys, but I try to make it as low-key as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Shadowlance out.